drinking and having a wild night with a childhood friend. Live comments appeared in front of my eyes when I was taking a shower. I'm not saying these bro friends can't explode in place, right? Doing this in the name of brotherhood is really a good swordplay. The heroine of destiny has already appeared. Get rid of this kind of pick-me girl. It's disgusting. I was silent for a moment and pulled the shower curtain closed. When childhood friend asked for a drink again, my voice was light. No more drinks. Pregnant. After a pause, I added, the baby is not yours. Adults do have some needs once in a while. Ethan Shin and I are also considered childhood friends, and his circle has always been clean. So what happened. Last night was crazy. He dragged me from the bathroom to the floor to the window. But when the phone rang early in the morning, he left, even forgetting to buy me a pickled vegetable congee from Joe's Diner. In the shower, the row of live comments appeared. Sorting through it all, I realized that I was everyone's bro friend. Ethan Shin is another girl's real name. Tenchi. His early morning disappearance was for that girl. Ethan Shin has been seeing that girl for a week. Every morning, he goes to her cafe to pester her. I'm still a little curious. These foul-mouthed live comments, are they real or not? When I showed up at the cafe, Ethan Shin panicked. The girl was bending over to serve him a cup of coffee. Hair fell on his arm, catching him off guard. He met my eyes. Lu Yen. The girl looks over at me. I smiled. One Americano. No sugar. Live comments crazy. Who the hell does she think she is? Coming up and ordering the hostess around. I'm out of my mind. She doesn't think she's a big deal just because she's sitting in a chair right now. Does she? The male lead wasn't even hers in the first place. So what's the big deal? The hero hasn't even gotten to the heroine yet. And she's coming out to make trouble. So it's not too ugly, is it? The girl froze. Would you like it with or without ice? No ice, please. She turned her head to go about her business. Ethan Shin's eyes flickered with guilt. How did you find this place? I didn't respond. He was trying to cover his tracks. This is my friend's store. I remained silent. Ethan Shin froze, testing me. Lu Yen, are you angry? Hello, customer. The girl was polite. Your iced Americano. White hands brought up the coffee. Standing at the edge of the table, there is no intention of leaving. Live comments wail. I'm really convinced that the heroine has just had her heart set on the hero, and then the dead pick-me girl comes running out. The heroine's heart is almost cold as ice, so this bro friend doesn't know that he's in the way. But he's still high and mighty, right? Ethan Shin looked at me. Gritting his teeth, he stood up and took the girl's arm. Mion, this is Ethan Shin's. I interrupted, seeing Ethan Shin's face change before I slowed down. Bro friend. The two men changed their faces in unison. I lued de tong xingshi ah. She still really have the face to say ah. It's okay. I know you. I was a pick-me girl before, but I haven't dared to do it since I was beaten up. It's really against the grain. Sticking your face on big, is it? Under live comments, Mia Yin reddened her eyes. Ethan Shin stood up hand and foot. Mion, you don't be angry. I took a sip of coffee. I was bitter and frowned. Simply scan the code and pay. Turn around and leave. Confirming the authenticity of live comments is good. It's pointless to pull it any further. Pushing open the door, the early summer wind whipped my face. Someone came up from behind with an ugly face. Lu Yen, did you find this place just to make things difficult for her? My eyes landed on the crimson at the base of his neck. Handing him a mirror from his bag. The ass isn't wiped clean. He froze. His eyes landed on the mirror and he panicked. I don't know when I got bitten by a mosquito. He tried to cover the red mark with his collar. Wanting to cover it up. I turned away for a long walk. The red mark from my bite. Explain anything to me. Good thing the trip to the cafe didn't take long. Joe's diner hadn't closed yet. I did have to refuel with a bowl of pickled vegetable congee. Unfortunately, Ethan Shin is kind of my more knowledgeable male friend. The experience was okay. I didn't have to pay for it. I won't be able to use it in the future. When I was feeling sorry for myself, my siblings' group chat in the gated community was ringing wildly. Ethan Shin, everyone, I'm off the hook. Are you free tonight? Some people in the small group chat are cheering. What are you talking about, asshole? If you want to drink, just say so. Who doesn't know your date? We met Lu Yan a year before you. So what's the point of showing? Ethan Shin sent the symbol. The next moment, a girl was pulled into the group chat. A pink cloud avatar. After entering group chat, she sent voice. Hello everyone, I'm Ethan Shin's girlfriend. Please teach me more. The group chat was quiet for a moment. Soon, several welcome emoticons swiped the screen. Privately, 4 or 5 private messages from friends. Lu Yan, what's the situation? Did you and Ethan Shin have a fight? I couldn't reply. I simply replied to Mia Yun in a small group chat. Welcome. At the same time, Mia Yun's voice bar rang. Is Sister Lu Yan in this group chat? I've heard that she's a good buddy to all of you. The live comments were filled with laughter. Ha 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 ha. Even more godly pick-me girl male and female lead official announcement is not the same to be called sister-in-law. Sister Bao Nu. Into the group chat. Mei Bao Nu. Into the group chat on hard just. Look at the female match in the end is where the face. Suddenly, the plot of the cool article, collective standing ovation. Ethan Shin and I have been maintaining a harmonious relationship for half a year. It's not a secret that we're close to each other in a small group chat. Even if we maintain the persona of brothers. I can only say that I'm Ethan Shin's alone. But Mia Yun's words turned me into everyone's. There was silence in the small group chat. No one dared to pick up the conversation. Only Ethan Shin, pink clouds. We can't ask all girls to be as reserved and cute as you. He messaged me in private. She doesn't know about us. This time it's on me, don't count on it. It seems that from the morning when I first saw me in the heart and shock back to God. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a good deal on this. But I'm going to be able to get a good deal on this. I didn't say anything. Ethan Shin started to transfer money. 52,000.00. 131,400.00. The special amount can't be recovered. I clicked collect. Ethan Shin replied to me with pleading emoticon. I was silent for a moment and replied in the small group chat. See you tonight. I made a statement. Only then did the friends in the small group chat reply in 2s and 3s. I got it. I got it. I'll see you tonight. Those outsiders blew up again. What's going on? Pick me girl is not eating a meal. The official announcement also want to brush the sense of existence is it. Female competition although late but must be too. Bro friend persona is not used to give couples ad blockage. I'm sick to my stomach from the screen. Really begging bro friend don't make love to yourself. Can't be a man is her right. Upstairs is probably analyzing Lu Yan's inner heart haha. That's a prophet. Give her the knife. My line of sight. Crossed from live comments. Who said I was going to Ethan Shin's dinner tonight? I was probably too tired last night. I woke up late. When I arrived at the hotel, the people in the small group chat had almost arrived. Mia Yoon's eyes instantly locked on me. Instead of greeting me, she smiled and ordered the shrimp scampi on the menu. I want to eat this, but I think it's so hard to peel. Not to be outdone by the couple that just got together, Ethan Shin stroked her head indulgently. They'll peel it for you. She smiles, again like she just saw me come in. Sister Lu Yan has arrived. Why are you sitting so far away? She looked like she was curious. Bro friend, shouldn't you sit next to the boys? There was a moment of silence. She pursed her lips, and as an afterthought, she silenced her voice. Joe, did I say the wrong words? Ah? I laughed. The words are not wrong. I looked up and down. You know so much about bro friends practice. Are you experienced? Mia Yoon and Ethan Shin, once again, synchronized their faces. I rested one hand on the back of the chair in admiration. Before, I've never seen Ethan Shin look defeated. When I look at it again with my head down, it's quite pleasing to the eyes. What a stench. Why is the pick-me girl so annoying? So knowing the male lead for a long time is her sense of superiority. Lena Lin is such a stinky mouth. The main female character has broken through her track, so she's become a bitch just like her. You're so good at dragging people down. Are you okay? Ethan Shin finally stopped avoiding my gaze. After hiding his shame, he spoke. Lu Yan, Mion is still young. I don't need to say the next sentence. It's just asking me to give in to her. Someone from my friends rounded up the conversation. Sister Lu Yan, come sit with me. Suddenly, the door of the box was pushed open. Someone held a smile. Sorry, the game just ended. I'm late. The teenager was spirited and cynical. He sat his ass down on the chair I was resting my arm on. Through the biker suit. Body temperature is hot. Sister Lu Yan. Specially ran to you. The box. Quiet all of a sudden. Ethan Shin's face was also instantly gloomy. Live comments exploded. What's the game again? Pick me girl trying to catch you. Right. This kind of trick is so old-fashioned, but still have the nerve to bring it out. Do you really think the hero will fall for it? I'm not saying that a pick-me girl's circle is messy. She might have been stigmatized by the circle, or else everyone would be looking at her. Check your gynecology. Pick-me girl. Ryan Liu picked up the menu on the table. Page by page. Braised pork. White jade pig's feet. Crystal elbows. 1 serving please. After ordering, he turned back to look at me. Lu Yan's sister, you love to eat these, right? The first thing I'd like to say is that I'd like to be able to read all of the comments. A colorful. Crossed. So Lena Lin found such a crazy person to irritate the male lead. Ha 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 no. Although looks a little bit, but a mouth is exposed. Ah. Such a person in the end can make the hero regret what. Ah. No. Wait. You guys look at the male lead. Following the guidance of live comments, Ethan Shin really changed his face. The fist resting on the dining table trembled slightly. I know why he lost his temper. When I was growing up, I favored heavy sweets and oils. When Ethan Shin saw me, he made fun of me for eating like a man. Starting from him, the gated community spread the name of my brother. Until I grew up and had girl thoughts. I shut him up. Until I uttered, childhood friend. Never turn my back. He promised to keep his mouth shut. My preferences were originally a little secret known only to him. But now, another person is boldly pointing out my favorite dishes in front of him. That person, on the other hand, was lovingly hooking my tail finger. Sister Lu Yan, I remember. Right. There was a pop sound. The leather menu was thrown onto the table. In the box, everyone looked at the source of the voice. Ethan Shin darkens his face. The man beside me raised his thick eyebrows. What, Brother Zhou? You don't think my order is expensive? His pinky hooked and hooked. A cynical smile on his brow. Funds aren't plentiful. So it's okay if I treat. Before Ethan Shin changed his face, the live comments blew up first. I rely on this man to put what? How can you talk like this? Handsome man, you wake up look at your side, in the end is what goods even if it is sibling rivalry. Should not be for this kind of handsy bitch It's all that bro friend's fault. She's caught one after another. She must be so proud of herself. Looks like this live comments is still a man-loving world. I couldn't hold back my laughter. Ethan Shin was annoyed. Lena Lin. Did you bring him here purely to stir up trouble? Lena Lin. Did you bring him here to stir up trouble? Both sent the invitation in group chat without me. The two men's gazes collided across the round table, as if sparks were bursting out. In the next second, they got up and walked out in unison. Mia Yun blushed. Ark. It's okay, Mia Yun. Wait for me. In the box, no one spoke. Everyone had long gotten used to the friction that arose when these two people existed at the same time. Although they were all in a gated community group chat. But usually, Ethan Shin would not attend Ryan Lu's events. And vice versa. It's never a pretense that they don't get along. But the little white flower across from me has obviously never experienced such a battle. Reedied, aggrieved, looking at everyone. It was too lazy to meet her eyes. I pushed back my chair and walked out into the hallway. Those two men kind of picked a not so good spot. Around the corner, the conversation was clearly audible. Everyone in group chat knows about my relationship with Lu Yan. You don't. Yes. So what? She's been sleeping with me for half a year. You don't want to take over. Do you? The sound of a lighter being lit rang around the corner. Ryan Lu's voice was diffident. What? It's hard to believe that you want Sister Lu Yan to help you keep the festival. You're really something. You don't even mind brushing the pot. Before I quickly walked over. The muffled sound of a fist hitting flesh already came from the corner. Ryan Lu grabbed him by the collar, the tail of his eyes already red. If you can't talk, shut your fucking mouth. Trash. Ethan Shin snorted, backhanding him but grabbing Ryan Lu's shoulder to counterattack. Ethan Shin. I called out to him. The man's body froze. Looking at me incredulously, a hint of panic flashed in his eyes. Lu Yan, when did you come over? I was quiet. Before you said, sleep with me. Ryan Lu loosened his collar. Ethan Shin was stunned. Lu Yan, I'm a man. I can see what men are trying to do. Ryan Lu. Keys obviously. The words were not finished. A cup of liquor splashed onto his face in a flash. The passing waiter was so scared that his face turned white. I wiped my hands. This cup of wine. Later 888 bucks to pay the bill. The waiter fled. I raised my lips and smiled. They'll help you wake up and teach you how to respect people. His jawline tightened. After a few seconds of confrontation, he laughed instead of being angry. Getting back at me for getting a girlfriend. Using people like that. It's not like you don't know how dirty the circles he plays in are. The tip of his tongue pushed up against the side of his cheek, as if he had a bottom. You're such a clean person. This kind of thing. Do you think I would believe that? From the direction of the box, came Mia Yun's cry with a sobbing voice. Ah, Zhou. Where did you go? Ethan Shin's face changed and he took big steps over. The girl exclaimed again. How did you get hurt? The girl also exclaimed. How did you get hurt? But this is really love. I don't need to see it. The live comments are broadcasting the love between those two people. I wanted to walk back, but someone pulled my arm. Ryan Liu was staring at me with a bruise on the corner of his mouth. The circle is dirty. I'm not dirty. His eyes burned with heat. I always knew that you loved clean personas. It's like loving the ones you eat. Obviously, I've never told Ryan Liu. And he understands it thoroughly. I thought. There are things that need to be said before they start. I did have sex with Ethan Shin. He was silent. I have no plans to get married. That's why you need a relatively stable and clean partner. It's not necessarily fidelity that guards. It's that live comments guessed it right. Guardian gynecology. Ryan Liu's thin lips pursed. The corners of his mouth turned down. So why didn't you pick me in the first place? I stayed silent. I can't honestly say that I've heard that the racing scene is horribly disorganized. After all, it is true that Ryan Liu played racing and lost 40 or 50 pounds in a year. In addition to the illegal and chaotic things, it is also only increasingly consumed. The waiter carrying the meat passed by and was grabbed by him. There is no need to serve the 888 dishes. Pack them. The waiter was hesitant. Ryan Liu simply dragged him to the front desk. Young Master Shin reserved the box. Would he still lie to you? Pack up these meat dishes. And give him some king crab, garlic butter shrimp, he said. And whatever's hard to peel. The young master's treat is for business. So eat something hard to peel to keep the customers. Why don't you go now? I was pulled by him and ran all the way back to the car. The young man had a wild look in his eyes, and had long since lost the look of the little fat boy he was when he was a child. He was in a hurry and pressed me against the backrest of the passenger side. Rapid breathing in my ears. Sister, before coming here, you said you'd give me a chance. I pushed his shoulders away, my eyes serious. How did you know Ethan Shin was going to peel the shrimp? Obviously at that point. He wasn't even there yet. His lips hung over my eyes. I was afraid that that grandson would pull a stomp on you for the sake of his new love, and begged the people in group chat to broadcast it live. After answering that, he pressed down. My brain was fuzzy. But there are things that have to be agreed upon in advance. Ryan Liu, I don't have a relationship in mind. The man's voice was tinged with aggravation. Sister, don't say anything yet. He looked as if he had been thirsty for a long time. Kissed my lips with devotion. After a long time, and panting for sobriety, sister. We are not here. The sports car, speeding and whistling on the road late at night. I was carried around by him. Ripped back to the house in a daze. Consciousness. Sometimes awake. I couldn't help but think back to the fact that the little fat guy had lost weight and was probably working out. Underneath the biker suit, it might not be a dirty soul that's hiding. And a blown-up version of muscle tone. Very good. The old lady does not lose. The next day, I woke up hungry. As an afterthought, I remembered that I hadn't had a chance to eat any of the meat I packed yesterday. There was a sudden smell coming from the restaurant. The smell was Joe's Diner's pickled vegetable congee. I walked out and saw the man was wearing an apron. Wake up. I'm frying an egg. It'll be ready soon. My eyes landed on his feet. Why don't you wear slippers? His body stiffened. I don't want to wear the slippers that grandson wore. Fine. It's not my feet that are cold anyway. After 2 sips of porridge, I remembered what was wrong. How do you know I like it? He set the omelette on the table. His eyes repressing emotions I couldn't understand. You never tell me what you love to eat. But the ones I care about, I'll be careful myself. That sounded like a condemnation. I didn't bother wasting time parsing it. Scratching open my cell phone, the missed calls were already bursting at the seams. Ethan Shin was calling me like crazy. Video after video. 60s of voice, popping up one after another. No transfer. Too lazy to listen. The live comments that I haven't seen all night are starting to brush the screen again. What's wrong with the main character? Did he really fall for the pick-me girls plan? What good is a woman who can get along in a small group? Isn't the main character afraid of getting sick? Maybe that pick-me girl was with someone else last night. I really don't understand what the hero is worried about. I'm speechless. I was supposed to have a nice night, but it was all ruined by a female whore. Shit. I was reminded by these things. I suddenly remembered that Ryan Liu took the initiative to contact me yesterday. You broke it off with him, so do I have a chance? I answered. Consider it. And yet he caught the opportunity to consider it in bed. I don't like men who are scheming. These kind of people group chat and might be thinking about my money. The phone rings. Ethan Shin's furious shout came out. Lena Lin, where have you been? With that guy who stood me up. I held the phone away from me, not really a pigeon. After all, it was there. Of all the people in the gated community, my family's business is the only one that's thriving right now. If I leave, I can't imagine if the rest of them can stay. Sister, why don't you eat the omelette? Ryan Liu pushed the plate towards me. On the cell phone. There was silence for a moment. Ethan Shin broke defense and shouted, Lena Lin, where are you? Who's that next to you? It's Ryan Liu. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? You don't know what circle he's playing in. I didn't do anything. Ryan Liu simply took the omelette and broke it into smaller pieces. He watched for a moment. Perhaps not seeing me responding to Ethan Shin. He laughed softly, slowly, racing circles. Boat doesn't know. I can tell you. In the cell phone, instant silence. A few seconds later, blacked out the screen. Hey, what is the male lead doing? What is he so mad about when the female lead slept with someone else? Isn't that what a bro friend does? A circle has to be who sleeps with who. I feel sorry for the heroine. She's about to cry under the quilt. No. You call your bro friend early in the morning right after you open your eyes. The hero's persona is flawed, right? It turns out that Ethan Shin was not idle either. It is rare. Usually one night he has to rest for a long time. Continuous reading is busy. It's hard for him to still have time to mind my business. I've just left the house. I got a call from the property owner. Ethan Shin was blocking my door, knocking frantically. Anyone who stops him justifies that he is the owner's boyfriend. Topped with an extra ring of strawberries on his neck. I frowned, not expecting Ethan Shin to be able to do such an unsightly thing. You've got new people with each other, and you're playing the both-and thing. My message rang quickly. Lena Lin, even if you want to irritate me, you should find a good guy. You don't know yourself what kind of Ryan Liu is. I can't watch you ruin yourself. Lena Lin, you can't do this even if you're sad. Lena Lin. I notified the property to cancel Ethan Shin's elevator card authorization. Before taking the time to reply to his message. Hasn't the disease of self-movement been cured yet? Ethan Shin. Instant silence. There are many businessmen in the gated community, and their relationships are complicated. If Ethan Shin hadn't made such a fuss, I wouldn't want to hit him in the face. The man who was driving the car was secretly looking at me. Suddenly came out a sentence. Sister, in addition to you, I will not have anyone. The cell phone was thrown away, and I lazily leaned on the passenger side. Okay. Anything you say as long as you don't press your head to make me believe in love. It's been half a month. Ryan Liu took me on a journey to explore the human body. Pecs. Abs. Really not as strong as gluteus maximus. Over and over again, he emphasized that he was clean as a whistle. Don't even talk about drinking and dining. Even when I go to a beauty spa, he insists on driving and waiting downstairs. I couldn't take it anymore and kicked him in the calf. Don't you usually race or something? There's a race tomorrow. The Gobi Rally. It's a lot of walking. I sighed in relief. But he caught his ankle, eyes deep dark. So sister, in order to prove that I am clean, today must ensure that there is not a bit left. What is not left? I was in a trance, but Ryan Liu instantly hugged my shoulders. Exhausted and wanting to cry, I vaguely seemed to hear someone whispering in my ear asking, "Sister, can I have a pair of slippers of my own?" Waking up. The sky was already bright. The sunlight shone on my calves, an ambiguous red mark. I was the only one left in the room. Obviously relieved. The bottom of my heart is inevitably a little frustrated. Humans are really group chat animals. After being accompanied for a long time and then disappearing, it is inevitable that there will be some unaccustomed to it. There was a full thermos box on the table. When I opened it, the aroma hit my nose. Joe's Diner's pickled vegetable congee was still warm. I took a couple sips and suddenly thought, it's just a pair of slippers, like it's no big deal. The little group chat, which had been silent for a long time, came alive again. Someone made a date for a night of drinking. I heard that the new bar is open, the girls are pretty and the guys are handsome. I replied okay. Counting the time is still early. Simply go out for a stroll. Bought a pair of slippers full of logo. My mind wandered far away. I can't help but think of Ethan Shen, who bought his own slippers to my house. Ryan Liu, but who let the little wolf dog will be pampered. Newly opened bar. The publicity was on point. And there was no shortage of customers. My friends booked the largest card seat. Beer was served all over the table. Probably not out for a long time. Deafening music. Listening to some inevitable annoyance. Some of my friends are cheering for the handsome men and beautiful women. Some of my friends were cheering for the beautiful men and women, while others were looking at me with a lack of interest. Lok Yen. Look at that DJ. He's so popular these days. I looked over. His face was white, but his weak body was not as interesting as his muscular body, which was full of sexual tension. Boring. A few bottles down. And then I saw the scrolling live comments. Am I the only one who feels that the male lead doesn't appreciate it when he gets his hands on it? The sugar in these episodes is clearly not sweet. It's true that upstairs, the male lead is obviously distracted lately. He's not still thinking about this and that bro friend. Is he? Is it true that the white moonlight has turned into a big grain of rice? I can't believe it. Look, is that a pick-me girl in that booth? IKAM. The male lead's eyes are lighting up. Scum. I want to get out of the pit. Soon. Someone sat down beside me. The glass of wine was not yet served, and we went straight to the point. Lena Lin. I've told you Ryan Liu is not a good person. I raised my eyes and saw the delight in his eyes. For those who are far away, they can't hear Ethan Shen, but they stand up and raise their glasses. Ethan Shen's right side. Someone pulling his corner. Choo-choo moving. Boat. I that came. Cannot drink. He was like he didn't hear. Stood up and clinked glasses with his friends. Remaining seated on the sofa. Only Mia Yun and I were left. The lines of sight collided, and she awkwardly averted her eyes. What's the hero doing? He's not going to help the heroine out. I can't understand. What kind of true love is this? I was moved to tears when I first saw him chasing after the heroine. The hero won't be brainwashed by bro friend, will he? Wait, you guys, look at Pick Me Girl. What is she doing? I called the waiter at the bar. Asked for 2 bottles of milk. She was surprised when I put them in front of Mia Yun. Ethan Shin noticed and his eyes fell on me. The gaze was extraordinarily gentle. Lu Yan, you took care of her for me because you have me in your heart, right? The music happened to stop when I spoke. Mia Yun instantly turned white. Got to. Madonna is not for everyone. I pulled my friend on my left and changed places. I saw Mia Yun and Ethan Shin arguing about something. The little girl had red eyes. In the next moment, a bunch of photos were dumped on the desktop in such a big way. The inertia was huge. The top one was thrown off and landed on the top of my feet. In the photo, a man in a biker suit, a curly-haired beauty sitting in the passenger side. The car parked in front of the hotel. The time in the bottom right corner just happened to be today. The stereo seems to malfunction at this moment, my cranium roaring. Ethan Shin, however, spreads the photos onto the desktop one by one. Lena Lin, take a good look. I told you long ago, Ryan Liu is no good. Caught by his arm. I don't know where the anger came from. I slapped him hard on his face. Ethan Shin froze. Even the friends around me, no one commented a word. I grabbed my bag and turned around. In front of the bar, there were girls waiting. Wanting to say something. They called out my name. Lu Yan. Mia Yun hesitated, bit her lip, and still spoke. That was Ethan Shin, who found someone to follow the photos for a long time, only to follow the series of photos. I'm not trying to speak for anyone. She reddened. Let's just say thank you for relieving me. She didn't wait for my response. Turned and ran into the bar again. Live comments blinks. What's what? Is this turning into a female mutual aid again? Not that I'm saying. The female lead is so cute. Why do I suddenly feel that Pick Me Girl is also quite good? This world must be epileptic. How do I feel a little knocked? Knocking one. Not what kind of weird stuff are you guys kowtowing to in the end? I think you guys still don't forget. The male lead these days to treat Mion's attitude. Chase to the hand of the tube, do not care. Full of eyes are in Pick Me Girl on the good karma. The period of waiting for the chauffeur. My eyes fell on that pair of old flower slippers. I couldn't help but think about the picture I saw over and over again in my head. The slippers seemed to have a face. They were full of malice. Mocking me for thinking of the man who had been so intent on me. I pressed down the window and threw away the slippers. What a bore. Another dirty one in the blink of an eye. Drunkenness got the better of me, and I thought it would be better to slow down on finding this kind of hitchhiker. It's not like I've known adults since I was a kid. No fun. I took out my cell phone. Simply black Ryan Liu, all contact information. I went home and slept through the night. But the small group chat blew up again. I woke up to all the messages from Ryan Liu on group chat. The last message ended at 3 o'clock in the morning, and when I took a closer look, I realized that Ethan Shin, the owner of the group chat, had kicked him out of the group chat. I'm really not interested in the fight between these two people. I simply quit the group chat. I ran to Malaysia by myself. When I tasted the coconut milk rice, I was suddenly filled with the feeling of regurgitation. The people around me were not fluent in Chinese. The live comments that disappeared for half a month appeared in front of me again. What's what? According to the dog blood plot, Pick Me Girl is not pregnant, right? This pregnancy counter time. The male leads. I froze. Subconsciously, I put my hand on my belly. Pregnant. I don't want to get married. And thanks to the family of origin. I wasn't even a month old when my dad cheated on me. And it boiled over into a big deal. A business marriage has no emotional foundation. Half a year apart, my mom also followed the scandal. Later they grew older, outside until convergence. The media played a model couple. Back home, the two were exactly the same as strangers. They agreed that as long as they could not make a love child outside, they were fine. A person who has not even felt affection. How can one believe in love? The palm is warm, and I can't feel the slightest bit of an extra life there on my belly. I hesitate. This little thing of unknown gender gives me one more undeniable trace of hope. What if Ta will love me? Thoughts were in turmoil. But my intuition tells me that at this moment, I should return home. The airplane landed. The wretched figure rushed to me. Lena Lynn, why did you pull the plug on me? The corners of his mouth were bruised and dusty. I frowned, attempting to distance myself from him. Ryan Liu, however, persistently gripped my shoulders, the ends of his eyes slightly red. Sister, I didn't do anything wrong. A meaningless explanation. I pushed him away. Originally, it was agreed that it wasn't a relationship. He froze, showing a hurt look. Not far away, someone ran up to me holding flowers. Someone grabbed my luggage before me. Lu Yan, finally willing to go back to China. Ethan Shen's face was wounded. When I glanced at one of them, someone immediately spoke up. Lu Yan, without you boat brother won't come out to get together. No. I heard you were coming back and got up early in the morning to bring us here to pick up the plane. He smiled. It's true, the North City without you isn't the least bit interesting. He took my luggage from someone else's hand and tucked the flowers into my arms in the process. They'll take you home first. Get some rest. Get together tomorrow. Around us, there was the sound of Ethan Shen's dogged coaxing. The rich scent of the flowers was like a shocking wave in my chest. I couldn't help myself and bent over to dry heave. Ethan Shen ran over in a panic. What's wrong? Air sickness. I stood up, holding my knees. Let's just forget about the gathering. Wine. There's no need to drink. I'm pregnant. I walked forward. Ethan Shen, however, froze stupidly in place. The next moment, jogged to my side. Hesitating for a few seconds, his lips trembled slightly. Is it already confirmed? So how do you plan to do it? He looked like he was a little flustered, stammering for complete words. After a pause, I still added, don't worry, the baby is not yours. Someone darted over from a short distance away, eyes shining. Lu Yan, sister, is it mine? ISN. It. His hand wanted to reach my belly, but it was immediately cut off. Ryan Liu, what are your qualifications? With a dirty bastard like you. Ethan Shen sneered. Lu Yan has long seen the dirty things you do. Do you think you still have a chance to get to the top? They were in a mess. I simply grabbed the luggage. Get the fuck out of here. Back home. I couldn't get out of bed because I was sick to my stomach. I vomited what I ate over and over again. I didn't even go to the hospital. The doorbell rang. I thought it was a new takeout order. When I opened the door, the aroma was overflowing. Joe's Diner's pickled vegetable congee. Stick to dine-in, never take out. I'm going to close the door, but was instantly blocked by Ryan Liu. Sister, I'm not dirty. He squeezed in and handed me the photo again from somewhere. She is Snow. Snow, don't you remember? Is my sister my own sister? I was a little confused for a moment. But he was great, gated community, and I together fat that girl, Lu Yushui. He said fat. I had a vague impression. It seems that when she was 7 or 8 years old, Ryan Lu's parents divorced and left with her mom. And she hadn't seen her for years. He pursed his lips. At that time, it was Yuki who lost a little weight through racing. That's why I got in touch. Rally. She also went too. The stomach and intestines were making a protest. It was impossible to resist the aroma of pickled vegetable congee. As if he saw it, he took the congee out while looking at me carefully. Sister, don't be angry. The warm rice porridge went down. Thoughts also gradually clear. I tilted my head. This child is not yours. He froze. The corner of his mouth was a little bitter. Ethan chins. He sat across from me in a formal manner. Do you plan to have it? If intend to want me, as long as you are not with Ethan Shin, am not impossible. He was incoherent, expressing his heart. How come I'm a bit knocked out of the two of them? Upstairs you wake up that is pick-me girl long ago do not know and how many people have sex. Do not just knock what evil CP okay. The problem is, the main CP is not so good The actual live comments are silent. The same silence is also under the live comments me. Ryan Lu, what are you looking for? He knew that I would never get married. He was a bit disheveled. Don't you know that I went racing for you? I froze. For a moment I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. But he held his hand. Sister, as long as it's you, I don't mind anything. Epilogue. No one knows how frustrating it is to be ostracized in a gated community because of your size. Luckily, there was a sister in the gated community. She represents justice and has clearly told everyone that ostracizing new siblings in the gated community is not allowed. But there was a bad guy in the gated community. Whenever Sister Lu Yen wasn't around, she would lead the boys in a shady way. Ryan Lu thought he would never be a brother to him. Then Mom and Dad got divorced. His own sister wasn't in the compound either, and he came later, even if he was superficially at peace with everyone. He didn't have the brothers that Ethan Shin had been dating for a long time. Until he saw Sister Lu Yen secretly crying outside the wall. That time, there was no Ethan Shin the nuisance. Maybe Ryan Lu had been watching for too long. Sister looked back at him. Don't you dare stare at me. Ryan Lu subconsciously turned back and didn't look. But he didn't leave. A few seconds later, he heard a choked sob from his sister. They already promised to buy me a pickled vegetable congee today. My birthday. Did they forget? Ryan Lu froze in place. But when he ran quickly to the congee store, the congee store was closed early. When he went back, Sister Lu Yen was no longer there. Sister Lu Yen was no longer there. Ryan Lu thought. Or his presence was still too low. If only he could look as good as Ethan Shin. Sister Lu Yen, maybe we can play with him too. No matter how many times I said I have no plans to get married or fall in love. I'm still haunted by Ryan Lu. It's like he's given up his racing career and just stays here with me. At first, I would kick him out. But as the pickled vegetable congee got warmer and warmer, I let it go. At 4 months, I was in the shower. I accidentally dropped the shower gel. He came in, relieved that I was okay, and his eyes grew hot. Sister, it's been 4 months. It's okay. Even if I kept it a secret, my family still knew about my pregnancy. My family still knew about my pregnancy. The old man was furious, and we had the most heated argument. But this time, someone rushed in and stood in front of me. "Uncle Lin, the baby is mine. If you want to scold me, scold me." I was driven out of the study. But in the doorway, I clearly heard the person in the room talking. "NX Raceway is mine, uncle. You want a business marriage? I think I'm good enough for that too." I didn't inquire about Ethan Shin's life. Instead, I saw the live comments that were being broadcasted for me at all times. "The main girl is sad. She was so passionate when she was chasing her. And now that the pick-me girl is pregnant, he's sad about it, as if he's blaming it all on the main girl. Hey, she didn't do it voluntarily that night. She was brainwashed by Force and his sweet words. By Force. I realized that since I got pregnant. I've been a bit of a gossip. I watched the live comments review word for word. I thought about it, but I reached out to my contacts. To do some good. I sent a lawyer friend to Mia Yoon. He specializes in female rape cases. Maternity checkups. I was shocked when my 4D came out. This child, and Ryan Lu's features, the same. I looked at the man in the video conference not far away. Suddenly realized that the recent marriage law change is extremely good. Love child can also inherit the man's family property. Not bad. Late in the pregnancy. As soon as I opened my eyes, Ryan Lu was out of the house. I lost control of my emotions and burst into tears. The door opens. Ryan Lu dropped the cake in his hand on the floor. "Sister. What's wrong with you?" He was coaxed for a while. He told me. I forgot what day it is. I suddenly remembered. Today is my birthday. It's been more than 10 years since anyone remembered my birthday. He bends down and picks up the cake. "It's broken. I'll go buy it again, but forget it. I'll order it online." After watching him operate, Ryan Lu turned back. "Sis, let me take you out. Go check out the birthday gifts I've gotten for you in previous years." He paused. I just never got the chance to give it away. I froze. He arched his eyebrows slightly. "Sister." I couldn't help but bring out a sob. "Ryan Lu, my stomach hurts." In between contractions. I saw live comments flicker intermittently. The lawyer turned out to be introduced by a pick-me girl, and the female lead turned out to be thanks to this pick-me girl. You guys say. Sometimes I think this pick-me girl is quite good. Cold sweat. I closed my eyes again in pain. Who wants to be a good person? I am me. I to myself. Enough recognition.